I'm told that I'm breaking tradition. That's the first time it has ever happened, so please do not try this at home. I'm going to talk about the digital revolution and really give some context to what internet is doing in Zambia and in Africa. This is a simple photo of a couple of guys at the Bongohive in Zambia working on some projects. So there'll be some photos that I'll be showing you, but please, it's a story. This is something that you're aware of. Africa has changed the past few years, in the past 5 years. A lot of internet is cheaper, internet is available much more widely on mobile phones, and the whole story. Most of you have read Forbes, Times, on CNN, BBC, the mobile revolution in Africa. At the same time, something else has been happening, and this is a project that we worked on and that I worked on personally to showcase what internet is doing in Africa, but specifically what innovation is doing, what innovation hotspots are actually coming up in Africa. We started this in 2011 in December. A lot of people, and I think most of you here were unaware of what was happening in Africa, and that people were actually using internet to their advantage to create services, digital solutions. In 2011, we had on this map less than 5 institutions or places where you could say people were coming together, innovating. And using our map to date, there are over 90 hotspots in Africa, people meeting together, anything from incubators to hacker spaces to university technology spaces. This is what we have been able to show Africa is rising. But I would like to give you the context as well of how it's happening. This is Bongohive in May 2011. 2 friends of mine, we got together and we did some brainstorming. How do we start creating a space for young people in Africa, in Zambia, in Lusaka specifically, to create technology solutions, to create locally relevant technologies? We went around looking for funding, which is, of course, the first thing that you do. Try to create, bring together some proposals and hope that Google, Microsoft, and all the big guys will come to your aid. It didn't happen. I personally actually spoke to people from Nokia, from Microsoft, from Google. Google is now a sponsor, but anyway, back then it was hard. It was hard to convince people that Lusaka had internet, had computers, and had people who were willing to use technologies. So what did we do? We just started. The picture there is of a room in the Ministry of Education. The computers that you see there were donated by an organization from the Netherlands. And what you see there are young people who were brought in. At that point, I was working for a big NGO. And these young people were brought so that they could clean and repair these computers, ready for distribution. I know most of you know the whole story of refurbished computers in Africa. Well, fortunately, that's how we started our hub. The guy in yellow, orange there is Sulmesi. He is the co-founder of Bongohive, and this was our first session at Bongohive on web technologies. It lasted around 2 hours, no refreshments, with internet roughly, I think, 56 kilobits per second. But this was the start of Bongohive, and this represents many places in Africa still not having enough internet to really innovate, to really take advantage of, to create locally relevant services. But our story is that we did not stop. We did not wait till fiber came through to our homes. We did not wait till we had an agreement with a telecom operator. We just started. 2 years down the line, this is a session at our new space. We are now sponsored by Google, Internet is provided by AfriConnect, which is Vodacom owned. And this space right now is used for people to meet together to create locally relevant solutions. The guy standing in front of the Flipboard chart, his name is Darrow, dropped out of university, was studying biomedical sciences, I think. He's a great coder, one of the best I've seen in the country. He's now going back this year to university to study computer science. That represents many of the stories in Africa. People going to school because, they have to fulfill their parents' wishes. Technology or IT is seen as, that thing that you do, hanging out on Facebook in the evening, but not understanding. And many parents right now do not understand some of the professions that are available already in technology. This was a session, a hackathon, a 2-day hackathon at Bongohive, and we had the Peace Corps, which many of you will know. Peace Corps have very interesting language training course. It's taken them years to put together. And we could say it's very exclusive because only people from the West or Americans have access to this language training course. So what did we do? Darrow and his friends put together this Android app called Bantu Babel. When you come to Zambia, you will access this app and you can translate into 10 local languages. We took content, made it available to the masses. This is a true example of what we are doing in Lusaka, at Bongohive, and what many other Africans are doing. Creating locally relevant solutions and using local people. We still do not have a 20 megabit connection running into our hub, but we are doing what we can with what we have, and that is our story. Doing what we can with what we have. Thank you.